Hey folks, welcome back to another Poem Mass video, and today let's talk a bit about Rei and Hisuian Decidueye, which as usual we'll be pulling for tonight when it drops at reset, so make sure all you are subscribed for that, and hopefully it's as good as the last pulls, because the last ones were really good. Okay, so this unit, it is, it's Akari is the field unit, this one's a sprint unit. And this unit's really good, man. Like, straight up, like, all the stats, everything's fantastic. Do damage, all that. Like, okay, so let's just go over a list of all the great things, right? And first of all, damage. The damage is pretty good, right? I mean, if you just look at the attack stats, really high, right? I mean, the base damage on the moves are pretty. I mean, well, the B move's really good. The base damage on the BP on the regular triple arrows isn't like super high, right? But you got stuff like insult or injury, debuff opponents' defenses, all that stuff, right? So at least according to runners calcs, you land yourself in really good position here, right? Again, with both the B move and the regular move are all really nice, and he does have a striker EX roll, so that means you get an AoE. It's not exactly a tech nuke, but it does have the tech innate, right? But obviously not the tech EX 1.5. But it's a pretty respectable AoE nuke, man. That is, yeah, I mean, that's higher than Brawly, who's straight up attack, although he doesn't have an EX yet, but still, right? So obviously very powerful over there, in terms of having that AoE nuke as well. So yeah, it's big damage, right? And, being a sprint unit, you have your usual things that you expect from it. First of all, the speed. At base, it's like, what, 402 speed, straight up. You have move gauge boost, which is honestly, like, just useless. Just waste a move slot there, because he's already really fast, right? And, yeah, outside of that, you have, plus 6 speed on your trainer move, right? And on your passive, you have this, the free move next for your entire team after using a sync, which is also really nice. And you got sync move countdown there as well, right? On the passive, on entry, your trainer move as well, right? So just a lot of stuff, right? And just overkills, gauge stuff, brawling acceleration, whatever, right? Yeah, just a lot of speed gauges stuff, right? So on top of that, also move gauge refresh 9 on triple arrows, right? So even though these are 4 gauge moves, but again, he's just super fast, right? So that's just really not going to be an issue. And yeah, after that, you have the 100% flinch on your B move, right? The activation condition for this isn't that bad. It's kind of like the Champion Marnie's one, right? Where you get to use one every sync cycle, and when you use it, you flinch the entire team, the entire opponent's team, right? And also, again, there's no like AoE split damage over here either, right? Everyone gets getting flinched, everyone's getting hit really hard. So yeah, that's pretty tough. You also have, the 30% chance to flinch on the regular one as well, right? And aggravation as well. I think at 4 out of 5. Yep, at 4 out of 5. So that's again also really nice. Yeah, and then also you got the debuffs, mainly the defensive debuffs, right? Over here on again triple arrows. You pick up, on a roll, that should be 100% to debuff physical defense there, and then the B move also again debuffs defense by 2, right? There's also trip twice if you want to debuff speed for some reason, though there's not much of an advantage for himself. Maybe some other units that you're running on the team might benefit from him, but yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's all the upsides there. As for the downsides, honestly, nothing much, right? Again, you could you could maybe shoehorn something in there, but I feel like most criticism is just mostly grasping at straws, right? If you could say, move gauge boost is useless, so it's like he has like 3 moves instead of 4, which, okay, sure, I agree, but like that's not that big of a deal when like the rest of the kids are just like, it's fine, right? There's really no big flaws, I guess, right? So yeah, it's a good unit. It's a near flawless unit here. So moving on, let's talk a bit about lucky skills, synchro team comp, all that stuff. So for lucky skills, You know, damage dealer, being a damage dealer, you could definitely always go for crit strike 2, right? If you want head start, you could do that too. There's -1 sync move countdown on the trainer move, -1 on the passive. There's also head start on his grid, but if you don't want to, you know, waste energy to go all the way up there to get that, you could get head start. Then, you know, just by himself, he gets 1 round of sync move countdown off of your team, which is pretty disgusting as well. So I feel like that's also an option. As for the grid at 1 out of 5, well, okay, there's not much to talk about at 1 out of 5, but for 2 out of 5, you don't have a lot of stuff here. It depends really on, like, if you're like running him in a fighting zone, then you could maybe pick up Brawling Heal and Brawling Sellers, which aren't that big of a deal either, right? So like the only like big thing I feel like is like on roll over here, so you have guaranteed defense debuffs, and then outside that, just pick up B triple arrow power-ups, right? Or just, you know, that and triple arrow power-ups. If you ever need natural remedy quick here, is there any like AoE status or flinchers on the opponent's team or whatever, right? Then you go for that, or trap, I guess. It doesn't happen too often. But yeah, otherwise just pick up like triple arrow power-ups. Catalyst, I feel like it's just overkill on gauges, but I guess since you don't have much to really spend on elsewhere, then okay, sure, right? So yeah, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, there's a few options you could go for. Let me I could just like click reset it with 1 button. If you want to go for a bit more DPS, right, you probably want to go for the insult to injury up here. Maybe if you want, you could do something like this, although I feel like the defense debuffs aren't like that big with it, because again, you're getting like -2 on every like sync move, right? And on average, you're gonna get at least 1 of these to hit, right, per sync cycle. So like 2 sync cycles are already like -6. So maybe this just so you save on some gauge, or not some gauges, also on energy over here. But I guess if you're just not syncing with them, this gives you basically the exact or similar energy cost without the sync move over there. But yeah, I mean, you do get, again, just more B triple arrow power-ups, and you get on and roll there. So, you know, it's not nothing. But if you are syncing with them, right? If you are syncing with them, that's definitely an option over there, right? And yeah, you could still go up here, get the bronze sync 5, right? You get another sync move power-up node over here, right? And then, you know, for the rest, you could just stats or whatever, right? Oh, there's an extra attack over there. Let's see, can we use it anywhere else? Well, oh yeah, forgot to pick this one up down here. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty simple, right, in just terms of a sync sort of grid, right, that you got going. You could also have this head start, right, as well. I feel like it's pretty nice just to have the head start there, right? Just because, again, if you're not running a head start lucky skill, then, you know, that's 1 round of sync move countdown just gone, right? Just from that. So that's pretty nice. Although, can you afford that as well? Unfortunately not. Okay, so maybe if you drop like one of these, yeah, you could do something like this, right? Which is also, you know, pretty neat. As for 4 out of 5, the aggravation is nice on triple arrows. So his 4 out of 5 is definitely not bad, right? In this case, I would suggest maybe just going for the move gauge refresh over here, right? Because I think it's you know, it's not like the biggest deal in the world, but it's like, you know, since you are trying to get a lot of flinches over there, I think it's probably worth it to also pick up the move gauge refresh over there. Energy wise, maybe drop, I don't know, you know what, you could probably, yeah, you can make it work without, you know, if you don't pick up that sync move power up node. Honestly, yeah, since you are using triple arrows a bit more, like, you could just, oh no, we're 1 energy short. Wait, no, we're not. There we go. There we go. So yeah, if you're just, you know, ignoring more of the sync stuff and just go to just a lot of like triple arrow stuff, right? This is probably a bit better for a lot of them. You know, gauntlet scenarios maybe, right? Could be nice. 5 out of 5. I don't care about these 2 nodes. They're not, you know. If you really need this for like some other unit, then sure, pick it up. But otherwise, it's not that big of a deal, right? So, team comp wise, I mean, this is the most obvious one, right? You got Champion Hop over there, obviously fighting zone you know, got big defense debuffs there as well, all that stuff, big damage, blah blah blah. And then, you know, Acerola, it's Ace because they're physical, right? You could, you know, again, doesn't have to be Acerola, Skarmory, whatever, right? Even against Aaron, Sonya from like Spotlight units, right? I mean, he just needs like +2 physical attack, I believe, right? So it's not that hard to pick out something there. Just have a support that could do something else outside of just buffing that +2 physical attack, right? Whether it's tanking or debuffing or whatever, right? So yeah, there's that. Obviously, you could also go with the other route, right? Instead of running Champion Hop, you could run or a Cynthia over here as a support, and then over here you could run someone else, be it, you know, SC Diantha, even though without the max out special attack. Honestly, you could run this guy, right? Because like his big issue is like he's slow as hell, but like Rei might be able to carry it. I'm not 100% sure, because again, Rei speed is great and all, but like he is still like a 4 gauge user himself, so I'm suspecting he should be able to carry the gauges, but I'm not 100% sure. Another really nice option, right? Even though it's not like it's not fighting type itself, but Dojo Gloria, hello, right? Obviously the defense debuffs itself, but also, you know, the sync move countdown, don't have to pick up like head start maybe, right? All that stuff is pretty nice, I feel, right? Obviously she does have close combat, so you know she does do fighting type damage over there, right? So it's not nothing on that end at least. So yeah, that's just, you know, some of the team comps, right, that you could go for. It doesn't have to go for fighting zone, but there's two really good options if you are going that route. So anyways, all in all, this is a fantastic game. Damage is good, the gauges are good, right? The guaranteed flinch, the defense debuffs, like, oh my god, man. Like he just checks every single mark for a, you know, just a unit that isn't like a tank, right? I guess that's like the only thing he doesn't do, but outside of that, he does everything fantastic. Again, just the guaranteed flinch, right? Because you know, even though it's once per sync cycle, but you know, you get the flinch in there, right? If they aren't like super resistant to flinch, you get them flinch for like 2 turns or whatever, and that's kind of nuts, right? So honestly, this is like a 9 out of 10 for me, even though he's not even a master, he's not like an any unit, he's not whatever, right? But he's great, he's really good. So anyways, yeah, that's really this one, I guess. Hope you all enjoyed it, guys. Think in the comments down below, link to the videos for our channel, some more bomb as content. I'll see you guys in the next one.